Signs of a bad torque converter versus a bad transmission. Most people who replace their entire transmission never actually needed one. And by the time they find that out, the money is already gone. $5,000, sometimes more, all because one simple part was misdiagnosed. That part is the torque converter. And today I'm going to show you exactly how thousands of drivers every year confuse a bad torque converter with a bad transmission, how to tell the difference before you waste your money, and how to protect yourself from one of the most expensive automotive mistakes people keep making in 2026. If your car has ever shuddered on the highway, slipped between gears, vibrated at certain speeds, or felt like it couldn't decide what gear it wanted to be in, then you already know how scary transmission problems can feel. Most people hear one strange noise, feel one strange jerk, and immediately jump to the worst conclusion. My transmission is bad or about to fail. But what if it isn't? What if the problem is actually coming from the torque converter instead? That's exactly why this video is a must-watch, because I am going to be breaking down all the signs of a bad torque converter versus a bad transmission to help you diagnose each problem. Why sometimes the symptoms overlap a bit, and a simple driveway test you can perform to determine whether you are having a torque converter problem or a transmission issue. How misdiagnosis happens so often. What it actually costs to repair each one in 2026, and what happens if you ignore the problem too long. And toward the end, I'll also answer some of the most frequently asked torque converter and transmission questions drivers have, right before they get hit with a massive repair bill. So, stay with me to the end, because this video can literally save you thousands. Now let's get started, but first, why is this even important? You see, modern automatic transmissions are more complex than ever. 8 speeds, 10 speeds, CVTs, lockup converters, adaptive shifting, torque management, and electronic solenoid control have made today's drivetrains incredibly efficient, but also incredibly easy to misdiagnose. A small hydraulic problem inside a torque converter can now make the entire transmission feel like it's failing. And when shops rush diagnoses or drivers rely on internet guesses, the wrong part gets replaced all the time. The problem is simple. Torque converters and transmissions work together so closely that when one starts acting up, the other looks guilty. And since most people don't really understand what a torque converter does, they assume the transmission must be bad. That emotional panic is what leads to overspending. So before we even talk about symptoms, we need to separate what a torque converter actually does from what a transmission does, because that difference is your foundation for proper diagnosis. So what does a torque converter really do? In an automatic car, the torque converter is the bridge between your engine and your transmission. When your engine spins, that rotation cannot be sent directly into the transmission like it can in a manual car with a clutch. Instead, the torque converter uses hydraulic fluid to transfer that power smoothly. Inside the torque converter, there are 4 main components working together: the impeller, the turbine, the stator, and the lockup clutch. The impeller is driven by the engine. The turbine is connected to the transmission. The stator redirects fluid to multiply torque during acceleration. And the lockup clutch physically locks the converter at cruising speeds for fuel efficiency. This design allows your engine to stay running even when your car is stopped at a red light, something that wouldn't be possible if it were mechanically locked to the wheels. When the torque converter is healthy, this fluid connection is smooth, controlled, and nearly unnoticeable. But when it begins to fail, that fluid connection becomes sloppy. Pressure drops, lockup fails, heat builds, and the car begins to feel like it can't smoothly transfer engine power to the transmission anymore. What does the transmission do? The transmission itself has a different job entirely. While the torque converter transfers power, the transmission decides how that power is applied. It controls gear ratios, manages shifting, distributes torque, and keeps the engine operating in its ideal RPM range. In automatic vehicles, the transmission uses internal clutch packs, bands, solenoids, valve bodies, and hydraulic pressure to shift gears without driver input. In simple terms, the torque converter hands the power to the transmission, and the transmission decides how that power gets used. One cannot function properly without the other, and that's where the diagnostic confusion begins. So, now that you clearly understand what each one does, let's move into the symptoms that make people think their transmission is failing, when in reality, it may be the torque converter causing the problem. Signs that prove your torque converter is bad. A torque converter problems mostly show up in very specific driving conditions, and they often begin subtly. One of the most common early signs is shuddering during acceleration, especially at highway speeds between roughly 45 and 70 miles per hour. This shudder often feels like driving over a rumble strip for just a second. It comes and goes, making many drivers think it's a tire balance issue. But it isn't. This shudder happens when the torque converter lockup clutch is trying to engage but cannot hold properly. Instead of locking smoothly, it grabs and slips repeatedly, creating that vibrating sensation through the whole vehicle. This is one of the most misdiagnosed torque converter symptoms in modern automatic transmissions. Another common torque converter symptom is RPM fluctuation at steady cruise. You're driving at a constant speed on the highway, your foot steady on the gas, and suddenly the RPM needle begins to bounce slightly up and down without you changing the throttle. That tells you the lockup clutch is slipping instead of staying locked. The engine is working harder, but the wheels are not receiving consistent power. Fuel economy also begins to suffer when the torque converter clutch fails to lock properly. Because modern vehicles rely on lockup at cruising speed for efficiency, a failing torque converter can cause a noticeable drop in miles per gallon without triggering a check engine light right away. Drivers notice they're filling up more often with no obvious explanation. Heat is another major warning sign. A struggling torque converter generates excessive heat because fluid is being violently churned instead of flowing smoothly. That heat gets dumped directly into the transmission fluid. Over time, that overheats the entire transmission, darkens the fluid, and accelerates wear inside the transmission itself. This is how a bad torque converter eventually destroys an otherwise healthy transmission. Harsh or delayed engagement when shifting into drive or reverse is also a classic torque converter symptom. You shift out of park, and either nothing happens for a moment, or the car suddenly clunks hard into gear. That delay or harshness is caused by poor fluid pressure inside the converter during initial engagement. Some drivers also hear faint whining, growling, or clunking noises from the bell housing area at idle or low speeds. These noises often come from worn internal bearings or damaged turbine fins inside the converter. Now, moving on to the signs of a bad transmission. First things first, transmission failure symptoms tend to be more aggressive and will remain consistent across all driving conditions. One of the most obvious signs is gear slipping at any speed. Unlike torque converter slipping, which mostly appears at cruising speeds, transmission slipping can happen while accelerating from a stop, while climbing hills, or even at steady speeds. The engine revs, but the vehicle loses power as if it momentarily dropped into neutral. Another major red flag is delayed engagement that becomes worse over time. You shift into drive or reverse, and the delay grows longer and longer. At first, it's 1 second, then 2 seconds, then nothing at all. That delay usually indicates worn internal clutch packs or pressure loss inside the valve body of the transmission. Grinding, whining, or clunking noises that follow you through every gear usually indicate transmission mechanical wear rather than torque converter issues. These sounds don't come and go with speed changes. They are present no matter how the vehicle is driven. Burnt-smelling transmission fluid is another major transmission warning sign. Dark, blackened fluid that smells like burnt toast usually means internal clutches are slipping and overheating. Torque converter problems can also cause heat, but burnt fluid is far more common when clutch packs themselves are failing inside the transmission. Modern vehicles often display warning lights when transmission failure begins. You may see a check engine light paired with transmission solenoid codes or even a dedicated transmission warning indicator depending on the vehicle. And finally, complete inability to shift or being stuck in a single gear is almost always a major transmission failure. Torque converters almost never cause this condition on their own. How the symptoms overlap and why people get fooled. This is where most misdiagnoses happen. Both torque converter problems and transmission problems can cause vibrations, slipping sensations, poor acceleration, delayed engagement, and even overheating. But the key difference lies in when and how those symptoms appear. Torque converter issues most often appear at steady cruise and during light acceleration. Transmission failures appear under all driving conditions. Torque converter problems often feel speed-specific, while transmission failures feel universal. Torque converter issues may linger for weeks or months before total failure. Transmission failures typically progress much faster once slipping begins. Knowing the timing difference is one of the most powerful diagnostic tools you can use without touching a single tool. A simple driveway test that saves thousands. Before paying for teardown diagnostics, there are simple observations any driver can make. When you shift into drive with your foot on the brake, watch your RPMs. If the RPMs sit unusually high or fluctuate at idle, that points toward torque converter issues. Do the same when shifting into reverse. Delays or harsh bangs often trace back to converter engagement. On the highway, hold a steady speed. If RPMs drift without throttle input, the torque converter lockup is unstable. If RPMs spike every time the car changes gears aggressively, that points more toward internal transmission slipping. Fluid inspection also matters. If the fluid is pink or red and clean, the problem likely hasn't destroyed the transmission yet. If it's brown or black with a burnt smell, transmission damage is already underway. Scan tools also help. Torque converter clutch failures often trigger codes like P740, P741, and P2769. Internal transmission failures often generate gear ratio errors, solenoid failures, or pressure control faults. And need to know that not all failures trigger codes immediately. Cost differences in 2026. This is where the entire misdiagnosis becomes financially critical. In 2026, torque converter replacement typically ranges from $600 to $1,200 for most vehicles, though some performance or luxury models can run higher. Transmission replacement, on the other hand, commonly ranges from $2,500 to $5,000 or more. That cost gap is the entire reason this video exists. One wrong diagnosis can multiply your repair bill by 3 or 4 times instantly. What happens if you ignore a bad torque converter? A failing torque converter creates heat. Heat destroys transmission fluid. Burnt fluid loses its lubricating ability. Loss of lubrication increases friction. Friction destroys clutch packs, solenoids, pumps, and bearings. That is the chain reaction. A bad torque converter does not usually kill the transmission overnight, but left unchecked, it slowly poisons the entire system. Eventually, what started as a $600 repair becomes a $4,000 rebuild. Now, let's move on to some of the frequently asked questions we get on this topic. Number 1, can a bad torque converter destroy a good transmission? Yes, and it happens every single day. The converter overheats the fluid, debris circulates, pressure drops, clutches burn, pumps fail, solenoids stick. By the time the transmission is removed, the original failure point is already spread through the entire system. How long can you drive with a bad torque converter? It depends on severity. Mild shudder can last weeks or even months. Severe slipping can fail in days. Every mile driven increases the risk. The smarter move is always early diagnosis. Does changing fluid fix a bad torque converter? Sometimes it improves minor lockup shudder caused by dirty fluid. It does not repair mechanical failure. Fluid only treats symptoms. It does not restore broken internal components. Can both the torque converter and transmission fail together? Yes, but usually one fails first and destroys the other through heat and contamination. Can you test a torque converter at home? There are stall tests and engagement tests, but they stress the transmission. Observation-based diagnosis is safer for most drivers. Why shudder is not always torque? Converter-related. Shudder can also come from worn CV axles, bent drive shafts, failing motor mounts, and broken tire belts. Always confirm the source before replacing major drivetrain components. Vehicles known for torque converter issues. Certain older Hondas, early 2000s Ford SUVs and trucks, and some Chrysler minivans developed converter-related weakness over time. But any high-mileage automatic vehicle with heat exposure and neglected fluid can develop converter problems regardless of brand. Rebuilt versus new torque converters in 2026. High-quality rebuilds with updated lockup materials and balanced components can perform just as well as new units when built by reputable specialists. Poor rebuilds fail quickly. Warranty and reputation matter. Should you replace the transmission when replacing the torque converter? Only if contamination, overheating, or internal slippage already exists. Otherwise, replacing both unnecessarily wastes money. If your car shudders at highway speeds, shows RPM fluctuation at cruise, and has delayed engagement into gear, think torque converter first. If your car slips in every gear, shows burnt fluid, makes persistent noises, or refuses to shift, think transmission failure. Diagnose early, observe smartly, and always confirm before replacing major components. If this video helped you, then make sure you subscribe. Future videos will cover solenoid failures, CVT diagnostics, and lockup clutch testing. Share this video with those who might need it. It helps support our channel.